Hello everyone, welcome to EarthGyan. Today we are going to show you how to use our web-based calculator to perform goal-based investing. To use the calculator, you have to go to our website and then click the calculator link here on the top. I'll of course leave a link in the description section for all of you to use. Once we open the calculator, you can see the screen. It says goal-based investing calculator because that's what it is. And by default, it allows you to save for a retirement goal. I'll just quickly show everyone that what the calculator looks like. This is the input section where you enter the inputs. This will show you what you need to do. These are the outputs and a few other parameters that you can set. This calculator is extremely simple to use and we will show you exactly how to use it to plan for a goal like retirement. We'll get started. So first we are going to choose why we are investing. This says retirement, early retirement. This is the default option when you open the calculator. And after this we have to enter some values here, right? The first is a goal value, which in this case of retirement is the amount of money that you will be spending in the first year of retirement. Let us understand this a little bit more in detail. So let us say you are 35 years old or 40 years old or 45, whatever. And today you have some expenses for the entire year. And we will use a number very close to that, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, that you can determine. And consider that that is the desired lifestyle in retirement. So in today's cost. And when you retire, we'll consider the same type of lifestyle. So obviously inflation will be there. We will go to adjust for inflation, but the calculator will use current inflation numbers to project that into the future. So when retirement starts, so you don't have to worry about it. The calculator will do that for you. So all you have to do is choose how much of your lifestyle that you're going to have once retirement starts. Let's say by default, the calculator will start with 1 lakh per month or 12 lakhs per year. That's why it starts here at 12. You can adjust these numbers up or down using the bar or simply the toggles here, right? So we are going to start with 12. So that's 1 lakh per month in the first year of retirement. The next is the goal duration. In the case of retirement, goal duration is the number of years in retirement. By default, it starts at 30. So we'll leave it there. And the second is the inflation. So we all know that prices of goods and services increase with time. And inflation in a country like India is currently very high. It is expected to go down as the country matures and becomes a stronger economy. But currently we are around 7% or probably more, and we'll leave it at that. So inflation is another input to the model which you can calculate, which you can input and use it like that. And here is a slide for inflation. If you're just getting started with investment for retirement, this is the figure that you have to adjust. So lump sum that you can invest today in lakhs, default 5. It says that when you start the calculator, it will assume that you have 5 lakhs already available for investment for retirement. You can obviously change this number up and down, or you can even set it to 0 in case you're just starting and you don't have any retirement corpus right now with you. And the time horizon is the date between today and the date on which retirement starts. By default, the calculator assumes that this is 15 years away. So let's say you're targeting retirement at the age of 60. This assumes that you're 45 years old. You can obviously adjust this value. Let's say your retirement will happen 25 years from now, right? So let us review the assumptions one more time. We are going to assume a lifestyle of 1 lakh rupees in today's money in retirement. Retirement will happen for 30 years. So the corpus that we're going to accumulate will last for 30 years. 7% inflation throughout this period. We're starting from scratch, that is, we do not have any lump sum amount. And the time horizon from now, before retirement starting, is 25 years. You can hit the calculate button. In fact, we don't need to hit it. The model will do it on your own. Here it shows you the output. Let us go through this one by one. First, it says what you need to do. So, to save for retirement, you need to start an SIP of rupees 1,37,400 per month from today onwards, of which 82,442 should be in equity mutual funds and the rest of it should be in debt mutual funds or other debt products. also, this SIP amount will have to be increased by 5% yearly to stay on track. So as time passes, your income will increase. There will be inflation, markets will go up and down, and you have to adjust your SIP with time. Now let us look at the second bullet point. The goal value of 3.6 crores will be inflation adjusted by 7% to reach a value of 19 crores. What this essentially means is 30 years in retirement at the rate of 12 lakhs per year is 3.6 crores. That's straightforward. That's why it says 360 lakhs. But inflation is there, and due to the inflation, this value grows at 7% over 25 years and becomes 19.24 crores, which is a large number, yes. But if you start following a plan like this and get started, then you should be able to reach it. The next third point is very important. It talks about review and rebalancing. It says revisit this calculator yearly or after large market movements to get the new SIP values to perform review and rebalancing. What it essentially says is, let's say 1 year has passed, you have done your investment. So what has happened after 1 year? The first thing that has happened is, since you have been investing for the last 1 year, this lump sum figure has now changed. So then you have to increase this lump sum figure. Let us say in the first 1 year, you managed to save around 10 lakhs throughout this period. Now that you have saved 10 lakhs, what happens is your time horizon has now shrunk by 1 year. Instead of 25 years, it is now 24. We reduce that. And we'll assume rest of the numbers are same. So the same 12 lakhs is there. So you now see a different SIP number, slightly different SIP number. And one more thing, now that you have a lump sum that you need to invest, it shows you what is the asset allocation of that lump sum figure as well. So 6 lakhs in equity. So out of the 10 lakhs, 6 lakhs will be in equity and 4 lakhs in debt, right? So this is how you can then adjust these figures up and down if you want to do a 40-year period in retirement. So you can change this, and you can see that the SIP numbers are now changing. I'll go down and show you a few more things. This is one thing that is very, very, very important. This is the SIP increment value. Currently, it is set at 5%. What it essentially means that you have to increase the amount you're investing every year. So let's look at this number. So it says 1,37,160. So if you increase the SIP amount per year by, let us say, instead of 5%, increase at 10%. So this becomes a lot less. So what this number effectively means that you're hoping to invest a lot more in the future than you are investing today. It will entirely depend on your career, how your job gives you more and more increments over time. It is more conservative to lower this number to what you can afford today, rather than put a very high number here so that this SIP number comes to be very less. So that's why we have kept it by default at 5%. You can play around with it. The next are the returns, equity and debt. So you can see here, by default, we have assumed that post-tax returns of equity is 11%. Post-tax returns of debt is 3%. I would recommend not changing these numbers because they have been assumed as an offset to the inflation figure that is here based on the historical returns that we have got so far in India. So if you play around with these equity and debt portfolio expected returns, what will happen is that the SIP values will go up and down. If you increase this equity value to 15%, so you can see that SIP value has now gone down. But I would strongly suggest, like I said before, keep it as is, because if you choose a very high number and then market doesn't perform the way you expect it to, your goal will be impacted. So that's effectively it. Here you have a few articles that will help you to follow up once you've used the calculator. Here is an article that shows you how to choose funds for investing. Now that you know how much to invest, this article will show you how to choose those funds. And there are detailed articles on retirement portfolio construction, once you retire, what to do, plus goals like children's college education, home purchase, etc. In other videos, we are going to cover how to use this calculator for other types of goals. Thank you very much. Have a great day.